Biden supporters didn't wait for a victory speech to start celebrating. They took to the streets in Denver to share their joy. Michael Abedo was there.
It felt like an explosion of energy.
Oh my God, yes!
Biden supporters flooded the streets of downtown Denver.
In Denver, Colorado today, I'm currently in front of a Home Depot where one of my viewers told me to come. He told me to come to this spot because every day there are migrants waiting along the street here looking for work. He also told me that men are lending out their wives for $20 an hour.
This is in Denver, Colorado. Look at all of these migrants. Where do you think they're coming from? Where do you think they're coming from? This is absolutely crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about woke Denver and the issues that they're dealing with based on what they voted for. So these people cried, they hugged each other, they cheered when Joe Biden was elected. When Joe Biden won the 2020 election, they had parades, went down the street, blowing the horns and everything. And now these same people are in Denver crying about what they voted for because they have been hit with 42,000 illegal immigrants, migrants as they like to call them, over the last 2 years or so. And they're trying their best to get rid of them. It's cost them so much money. So let's look at some of the figures real quick of how much these people are spending. So like I said, 42,000 migrants, quote unquote migrants, since December 2022. So not even 2 years, a year and a half or so. The Common Sense Institute estimates city, education, and healthcare organizations have spent an estimated $216 million to $340 million on the response to feed, clothe, shelter, and provide educational and healthcare services. So these people trying to be woke, trying to say, oh, Trump is racist. If you don't like migrants, then you're just a bigot. These people are breaking the bank. Denver is going through all types of hell. It's overpriced. They're out there trying to get the government to issue rent control. So basically, the people in Denver have voted for their own destruction. Because these numbers that we're looking at, they're only going to inflate the market. They're only going to increase housing prices and prices for everything else in Denver. In the Denver metro, hospitals spend about $2,931, so about $3,000 in uncompensated care for migrants. A total, so far, $48 million in emergency departments for illegal immigrants that hasn't been compensated for. Guess what those hospitals are going to do to get their money? They're going to raise the prices on people who have insurance out there, on people who pay out there. So you're putting them in the houses out there, you're putting them in the hotels, they're using healthcare services, not paying for it. And the people in Denver who are crying, hugging each other and everything over Joe Biden winning are paying for it. $71 million on all support services, facilities and hotels, housing assistance, up to 6 months of free rent. Taxpayers in Denver are paying for rent for illegal immigrants, transportation. The schools are spending somewhere between $98 and $222 million. That's a big gap. We need better estimates than that. But basically, you're putting over 15,000 new students into the Denver school system. Most of them don't even speak English. And they have to pay for that. The school budget, the budget that's supposed to go towards educating the American children in Denver, is now being stretched out to compensate for thousands upon thousands of illegal immigrant children. And of course, the anchor babies that are going to be coming in the future. And what this article isn't showing is the amount of crime. Denver was already a left-wing hellhole, cell phone crime city. But now they got Venezuelan migrants. They got migrants from all over the world committing crimes. And we're going to actually react to one of these criminal acts. We're going to look at this video here of 3 Venezuelan migrants posing as Amazon workers. Let's take a look at what happened. Wow. Well, all I can say there is, it's the voters' fault. And you think these people, oh, these poor destitute people, they're just coming here looking for a better life. No, they're coming here to set up gang activity. They're coming here to rob you. They're rapists. We've seen all types of incidents across the country where they are raping and deleting young women. And of course, stealing houses by swatting. And look at them, posing as Amazon workers just so they can rob somebody. These guys don't give a damn. But you can't tell it to Democrats because they'll say you're racist. If you call out what you see with your own eyes, if you don't deny your lying eyes, you must be racist. You must hate illegal immigrants. So now these same people who cried and hugged and kissed each other and everything over Joe Biden being elected are trying to get rid of illegal immigrants, trying to kick them out of town, trying to send them to Utah. Oh man, and doing it in the middle of the night. Didn't even coordinate with Salt Lake City or anything. They just put them on a bus and got them the hell out of there. They said Greg Abbott was human trafficking for doing that, but apparently when the Democrats in Denver do it, it's completely fine. Denver is paying travel costs to send migrants to Utah, roughly 2,000 so far, even as the state, Salt Lake City and Salt Lake County lack capacity to care for them, and as they urge asylum seekers to go someplace else. Is Salt Lake City a sanctuary city? I don't think so, but woke Denver wouldn't give a damn. But I need to look into that. Any individual who travels through our systems makes their own decision on their destination, said John Ewing with the Denver City County Department of Human Services. So they're trying to save face because Greg Abbott was doing the same thing. You come to the Texas border and they say, oh, we want to go to New York. We want to go to D.C. We want to go here or there. They said, Greg Abbott, just because they ask you to go to New York, that doesn't mean you can put them on a bus and send them to New York. That's human trafficking. But Denver's doing the same thing. But he said, no. The illegal immigrants told us they wanted to go to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, really? These people walking from South America through the jungle, dealing with cartels, coyotes, to go to Salt Lake City? Stop lying. We are simply helping people connect with family, friends, and existing support system live. Less than a week ago, 2 News reported on migrant families processed at the southern border, then sent to Denver, and then who were landed here with hardly any guidance or preparation. Well, that's Joe Biden's fault. And of course, that's the Democrat governors who are allowing this stuff to happen too. They're not pushing back against Joe Biden. They arrived in Salt Lake City with very little information other than instructions to find a person in uniform to help, said Salt Lake Police Chief Mike Brown in an email to the department. So far, 1,600 bus tickets to Salt Lake. Woke Denver, come one, come all, sanctuary city. We support this. Don't be a bigot. Getting rid of the migrants. So they're saying here that Salt Lake City is not getting any coordination. This is one of the things that Chicago was bitching about. Well, Texas isn't telling us anything. They need to coordinate. Let us know that they're coming. Looks like woke Denver is not coordinating with the Republican state. They're not telling them anything. They're just shipping them out of Denver because they don't want them there. There is no space available in shelters, said the flyer. This is something that Salt Lake City issued to the people out there to let them know, which contains the state seal and logos for Salt Lake City and county. Food banks and other basic needs services are at capacity. If you do not have a secure and stable connection or family in Utah, consider another state to settle in the U.S. So they're just passing these people around. The Democrats say, come here, please come here. Joe Biden made an opening declaration a couple years ago. He made that opening declaration for illegal immigrants across the world to come, called Trump a bigot. Now they're coming. The Democrat governors, they supported. The Democrat mayors, all these sanctuary cities across the country, they supported it. But when they get hit with them, they don't want them there. Remember I told this story about Obama's playground where he has that $13 million mansion in Martha's Vineyard? That luxury, super rich place for elite leftists. Even though the Democrats claim to hate rich people, seems like a lot of people in charge of the Democrat Party are rich people. That's a different story. But Florida sent a bunch of illegal immigrants to Richville, Obama land, in Martha's Vineyard. And those rich Democrats called the National Guard to get them out of there. 50 illegal immigrants. The National Guard was there within an hour to get them the hell out of there. But I thought y'all loved illegal immigrants. It seems like we're dealing with hypocrites. And like I said, on that video I just did about Texas being a swing state, or coming close to being a swing state anyways, they want the illegal immigrants here. They just don't want them in their own backyards. They want them to stay in Texas and Arizona, because that way these illegal immigrants are going to vote 2 out of 3 Democrat, roughly 2 out of 3 Democrat. and they can turn Texas into a swing state, flip Arizona, allegedly, which is what happened in the 2020 election. So that's the plan. They're trying to accumulate electoral power by bringing in foreign voters. So they don't want them flooding a place like Denver, because Denver is already super blue, woke enough. Send them to Utah. Maybe we can win Utah next time. If we get enough illegal immigrants in Utah, we can win that. That's what they're doing. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation with Denver being full-blown hypocrites and bringing crime, drugs, and everything else to their own city. Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.